vacation. You have been pre-approved for a timeshare. Your
1989 Buick LeSabre
is eligible for an extended warranty.
Do you ever wonder why we are bombarded by scam phone calls? It's because they work. People fall for them all the time. While many scam calls peddle us with useless junk insurance and vacations, others can be more devious. One of the more well-known scams involve pretending to be the law enforcement like IRS and convincing victims to pay hundreds of dollars to Western Union or Google Play gift cards. These scammers often have money mules in the US which launder the money and send it on to Africa or India. You might think that you can easily identify scammers calling from call centers in India simply by looking at your caller ID, but caller ID can be trivially faked. Even you can do it for a small fee. The call centers use the internet to make cheap phone calls, making the calls unblockable and virtually untraceable. Often, victims of scam are too embarrassed to seek help from law enforcement. But the most nefarious scams leave victims thinking that they actually were provided valuable service. For example, one phone scam convinces the victim that the scammer is a computer support technician willing to clean viruses off the victim's computer. The victim is directed to provide remote access to the computer, and then the victim's passwords and banking information can be stolen. In another variant, the scammer pretends to be from the victim's bank, claiming that there has been fraudulent activity on the victim's account. By providing the victim with personal information, like their name or social security, which was hacked or bought online, the victim is tricked into believing that he is talking to his own bank. The victim is then asked to provide the ATM card's PIN to confirm that he is the actual card holder. Once the scammer has the card number and PIN, the scammer can then clone the victim's ATM card and steal funds or hold the computer data for ransom. Scammers can cycle through an infinite number of caller ID numbers, so blocking the numbers on an individual basis is ineffective. Telecoms don't care because they make 2 cents off every phone call, regardless of the fraud. So what can you do to protect yourself? Be suspicious. The majority of phone calls in the US today are from scammers. Even if you recognize the caller's number via caller ID can be faked. So confirm the identity of the caller or offer to call them back. Think, how is this caller trying to make money from me? Many scammers are calling from abroad, from such places like India. It may sound unfair, but be wary of unexpected callers with accents. Foreigners know that US law cannot touch them. Don't give out personal information over the phone. If your bank claims to be calling you, offer to call back on the bank's official published support line. Ask for the caller's extension to reconnect with them. If they object, they are scammers. Your bank will never ask over the phone for your PIN. Don't grant callers access to your computer. Microsoft does not call its customers to clean their computers. Find a reputable service center instead. Don't be fooled by threats. Scammers claiming to be from law enforcement threaten to send police to arrest the victim due to unpaid taxes or fines, unless the victim pays the scammers via gift cards. People are falling for this every day. The IRS doesn't want your gift cards, and they don't accept Western Union payments. Ask the caller to notify you of debts in writing. In the US, you have the right to demand that all debts be sent to you in writing. This request also legally ends the privilege of them calling you. Pay real debts only once you have received the mail and confirmed the charges. Don't accept cold call services. There is no way for the scammers to know that your computer has been hacked unless they themselves hacked it. If your computer needs service, take it to a reputable service center or call for service yourself. Hello?
Hello, this is Steve from Megabank. Am I speaking Ma'am, please. It's essential that we confirm your identity before we proceed to refund your account with the $568, which appear to be fraudulent.
Okay, can I call Megabank support line directly? What's your extension?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but there's no time for that. We need to decide whether to issue the refund within the next few minutes or the money will be taken from your account. Please confirm your identity with your PIN.
No thanks.
Ma'am, if we don't reverse this charge, the scammers may extract even more money from your account.
Yeah, I know. What, you're the scammer?
Damn it, no!